In this episode, can you spot reduce fat? Can personal trainers double as plastic surgeons? Look at this beard. It's fucking amazing. Let's go.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 636 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Testiclecast, Vaginacast, Slutcast, Hocast, Manpimp Cast, and Nipplecast. Woohoo! In the realm, because when I drink too much coffee, we all flex our biceps. No. When I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. You know the intro. Chances are, I'm always wondering if it's your first time ever catching the Daily Swole and you hear that intro, you're like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? And or what the hell was Shelly sharing on her Facebook page? What have you guys been watching? What you doing down there? Settle down there. Settle down. What's going on, fam? Welcome to episode 636. We got live feeds on, there we go, Facebook. Facebook is a little bit delayed right now. We got live feeds going on Instagram and Facebook every day at 12 noon Eastern time. Also, you can catch all the episodes on YouTube. That's the best place to watch the video if you want to catch the archives, because you could search them all real easy. And in my opinion, like the best place to catch up on old episodes is the podcast, SoundCloud and iTunes. So if you like to watch the videos and you want to search episodes, go to YouTube, go to Swolenormous on YouTube, and you can type in Swolenormous in the keywords. Also, you can catch all the episodes on SoundCloud and iTunes. And if you follow me on Apple Podcasts, you know, Papa Swolio has got two podcasts. I have the Daily Swole, and I also have Swolenormous Audio, which I'm dropping a lot of mini podcasts, mini Swolecasts, as I like to call it. So just type in Swolenormous in Apple Podcasts, and you'll see Daily Swole, and you'll also see Swolenormous Audio, where you can get additional content and additional knowledge nukes during the day. So that's also something to check out, especially if you're listening to this right now on the podcast. Let's say hi to the fam, Matt Lediel. I know that's probably not how you pronounce your name, but I like to say Lediel. What up from Ohio? Eric Dean. Today was the third time doing the Vermont shoulder workout. Oh, the Vermont shoulder workout, VT, the virtual trainer shoulder workout from Swolenormous X. It's been the best so far. Awesome, bro. I'm glad you liked that workout. Did you try the new back workout? Did you try that one? So those of you that are just signing in that might have seen that comment, in Swolenormous X, that's my private membership website, swolenormousx.com, we have virtual trainings. So it's audio files, it's also video accompaniment, and you're able to see the exercise, the instructional breakdown of the exercise moves. You literally pop your headphones in and you train with me. So if you want new workouts every single week, in addition to my 90-day dash program and all the other weekly yoga classes, all the awesomeness in Swolenormous X, I'll let you go to the website and check it out. But the virtual trainer is lit. So anyone that's in Swolenormous X, drop a couple comments below how you're liking the virtual trainer. And because I love the feedback on that, because no one's doing that in the industry. That's me thinking fucking light years ahead and trying to be the best at everything. Just like I am with beards. No, I'm not going to take the beard championship. This thing is really in need of grooming, huh? I'm not even, if you know, it's not like I'm just doing a podcast. You know, if it was just audio, I'd probably do it lying in bed if I was just doing a podcast. But now I'm on video, and I don't think that I actually groom myself. I'm not even doing that anymore. I almost kind of want that to be a little bit of a treat. You know, you get to sign in, you get to watch me live, you watch me on YouTube, you get to see whatever I looked like today. Like, this is, you know, I've been up for hours, but this is like pretty much how I woke up. I splashed some water in my face, I run a comb through it. OCT, do you still have your Swolenormous X special going on? You best go over there and check it out, girl. Go check it out. Yeah, there's an amazing an amazing get 6 months free going on Swolenormous X. So it's a year membership, of course, but you're saving 50% if you do the year in advance. It's a sick offer, and it's still here, but it will be winding down because every week there's more content in X. There's tons of new classes. Like there's just thousands and thousands of dollars of value, and it's growing every single week. So the pricing and the membership structure will increase. So if you're interested, check it out, swolenormousx.com. You can also send me a message if you have any questions. But today we're going to rock with plastic surgery. And no, I'm not going to talk about plastic surgery because that's out of my realm. I'm not a plastic surgeon. Maybe some of you have had plastic surgery, but on the board behind me, personal trainers are plastic surgeons, question mark, question mark. Personal trainers, plastic surgeons. I get so many questions about this. So we're going to dive into spot reducing body fat exercises for the abs and losing weight around the stomach and thighs and arms. And let me just get to and I'll cut through the bullshit as always. There's no bullshit. Obviously, this is a bullshit free zone. There might be some chicken shit lying around, but there's no bullshit. Honestly, it's probably my shit's lying around. There's probably poop articles in here. There must be. There must be. It's probably poop in my beard for all I know. I mean, why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be? This thing traps everything, including bacon. I was having bacon last night. Here's a bacon story. Does everyone want to hear? Of course, you want to hear a bacon story, the bacon tales of Papa Swolio, that I was eating, and I literally dropped a piece of bacon. Like it fell out of my mouth. I was like, oh, like it wasn't a big piece, a little piece. And I was like, oh, shoot. And I was looking for it on the floor, and I couldn't find it. And I got up, and I was like washing dishes and stuff, and I looked down, and it was in my beard. It was in my beard. It was in my beard. So, of course, grabbed it, consumed it. It was awesome. It was delicious. It was crispy. It was on point. And I've said this before, beards don't get in the way. I'm starting to reverse all perspective, right? I used to be like, oh man, my mustache is in my coffee. It's everywhere. There's always food. It's not a hindrance. A beard and a mustache is a food assistant. It helps me get my calories in. So if you are so fortunate to have a beard or a stash, treat it right and grow it long because it helps you get the calories you need. Beard and mustaches are they're not shields. They're perfect for bulking season. They help you get all the calories you need, and they even save some for later when you least expect it. True story, by the way, and it's not the first time it's happened. It's so special and heartwarming. It always feels like the first time. Just like the very first time. Now I'm hungry. All right, should we just stop here and should I go make some bacon? Okay, episode 636. I get so many messages. And drop some questions below if you're trying to lose belly fat or thigh fat or tricep fat or face fat or mouth fat. Some of you watching or listening might have even sent me a message along those lines. You might be asking about losing fat in a specific area. Is it possible? Can you lose fat around your abs by doing abs? Can you spot reduce fat? And the easiest, most straightforward answer is absolutely the fuck no. You can't. You can't. I'm not going to leave you here for 20 minutes and then tell you at the end, you're not going to be reducing body fat by section. Okay. If you have saggy arms and you go to the gym and you start curling until you pass out, you're not going to lose arm fat. Your body doesn't eat the fat around the muscle you're training. It's not like your stomach, you do crunches and your stomach's like, your abs are like, we're working. I'm hungry. Like, and then just fucking eats the stomach away. Like, that's not how it works, bro Sevis. That's not how it works, bro Jackson. Ain't how it works. That's not how the game is played. You can't lose fat in one fucking spot. You can't just lose it just by training that area. Not how the body works. The body does work systemically, but ironically or interestingly enough, you can make lifestyle changes and change how you're eating and reduce inflammation and fix your hormone balance. And hormones can tend to store fat in certain areas. So, for example, cortisol is a catabolic hormone. It helps release sugar into the bloodstream, and it is released under times of stress. Now, if cortisol levels are high, you can tend to store fat around the midsection, thighs. Like there are certain hormones that when they're in the system or in the bloodstream. They're circulating too much or they're released too much by your glands and so forth. Deeper endocrinology we're not going to get into today. They can tend to store in certain areas. Now, why do you think, and drop some comments and questions, of course, and I'll get to them. I'll start looking through the comments in a couple moments. What do you think is the reason that the human body stores fat around the stomach? Why do you think it stores fat around the stomach? Why do you think? And more so the stomach than it does the thighs. No one's like super lean and shredded and just has like the most jiggly thighs on earth and like huge thighs but shredded up top. That's rare. Why do you think it's around the stomach? Because fat insulates the organs. Fat is going to be closer to areas where it could break down and get to the vital tissues quicker. If you have really fat hands or really fat feet, that's not really easily accessible for the body. Now, it doesn't mean you can't have fat calves and fat thighs, but it's not the most easily accessible location. So it's organ insulation. It keeps your core warm, and your body will sacrifice every body part before the core. And the core is not your abs and your six pack. Your core is from your hips, from your ass, all the way to the base of your skull. That's your core. Your body will protect all of that the most. If you're caught out in the cold in the wilderness and you have frostbite, you will amputate your arm. You ever heard of anyone saying like, oh, I was in the war, or I was, found in the wilderness and they had to amputate my stomach. They had to amputate my abs. It doesn't happen. You might have skin damage, but you will amputate your arms first, your legs first, your nose, your ears, your fingers. Of course, obviously the fingers before the arms. I know I said arms first, but you will lose the extremities because your body will start drawing blood in, and those body parts will freeze. They'll get gangrenous. Your body will sacrifice the arms and the legs before it will do anything with the core structure into the organs. So that's why your body stores fat towards the center. There's also not much of your body. Really, your body doesn't exist in that. You're not that big, like as a entity. It's, there's not really many places to put it. So your body's going to keep it closer to where it might need it and where it's going to keep protection for the organs and so forth. So that is just the physiology of it. That's just the logic and the common sense. You want to keep your money close. You want to keep those things nearby. So that's what your body does. You cannot do exercise that will target your stomach. There are no exercises to tone the love handles, to get rid of the love handles. There are no exercises to get rid of the tricep fat. It's called strength training. It's called eating better and reducing your garbage carbohydrate consumption. It's called eating, let's say, less calories. If you're eating excessive calories, you definitely don't want to still overeat calories, of course. Lifting weights, giving your body a place to spend the stored energy, and being fucking consistent for years. There is no conceptual way that you're going to see a lot of progress in a few months. Even when you think that, you're doing everything so well and you're trying so hard, you're training so blah, blah, blah. You've been doing so good for so long, for like 3 months. It's been like, I started in January in my workout program and I'm just not seeing the results that I wanted. Oh, really? You've been working out for 3 weeks? You've been working out for a month? Oh, let me see if I have any more medals in the back so I can beat you over the fucking skull with it. You're not going to see progress in a month. Those of you that are New Year's jockeys that are on your way out, and I'm getting that, fam. I have them too. I have them even. That's why I screen. That's why I make sure when I answer questions that people are ready and really committed and in the mindset to join, for example, Swolenormous X, to join my private community. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. But if you ask me questions about it, and if you're asking me questions that I might suggest joining, that is going to be the best option for you, because in most cases it is, I make sure that the person's serious. I don't want bums coming into the fucking community. I don't want bums around here. That's why I'm harsh and straight to the point. If you don't like it, change the fucking channel. Swipe, go somewhere else. Listen to a different podcast. Like, I fucking don't care, because there are many people here that do care, that are ready, that are committed, that are looking to make change and are serious, and they know where I'm coming from. And I'm coming from a good place. I'm just not going to lie to you. And I like to swear, and I like to say poo poo and doo doo and cunt and twat and pussy and dick and I like to swear. I like to swear. That's what I like to do. So don't keep your 3-year-old near the phone. Wear headphones, and that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I've had some people say it's like, well, why do you swear so much? I'd share it more, but you're really vulgar. I'm like, okay, I don't care. I like it when you share it, but I don't care if you share. If you're offended by my language, then okay, then be offended. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care about your feelings in terms of that, because that's not what's important. That's not what's important. That's society, and that's right. That's the fluff, fam. Let's be honest. That's the fluff. That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit stuff. It's like the things that don't matter. You said a naughty word. Oh no. Look at how short her skirt is. Oh my God. Oh my kids nowadays. Oh my goodness. That's like the whole grandparents thing. Like your grandparents actually went to the beach in like a bodysuit. Remember those? You see those videos from the 1900s, like early 1900s, like 1920, 1930. Everyone's at the beach like in a black dress, like full bodysuit. Now it's completely the opposite. It's like, oh, they're barely wearing any clothes. Mommy, why is that woman's butt eating her underwear? It's like, don't look, sweetheart. Don't look. It's like, cover your eyes, cover your children's eyes. Don't see the nipple. Don't look at the nipple, but then suck on mine when you're breastfeeding them. Humans are fucking weird. Humans are weird. You know how much better this world would be if everyone just walked around pretty much naked? People would be in a lot better shape, I'll tell you that much, if they had to walk around letting it all hang out. That's for sure. So anyway, nice little rant. I like that. I get some people messaging me sometimes like, yeah, sometimes you go off topic, but I like the show. Yeah, that's the best part of the show is the fucking rants. You don't know where this is going to go. It's live too. That's the best part about it. You don't know where I'm going to go. I might talk about whales. I might talk about humans. I might talk about humans that look like whales. I might talk about anything. I might talk about, we'll have a vagina day. We'll have a butt day. We'll just talk about different body parts. I'll talk about anything that I want. That's what's wonderful about this. Let's bring it back though. Let's bring the train back. So spot reducing and societal acceptance and cultural acceptance. It's kind of the same thing because I live in South Florida and there are billboards. No joke, fam. There are billboards. And apologies, I think, just so everyone knows that Facebook just cut out on me. So if this loses connection, if either of them ever lose connection, all I'll do is I'll restart it. So just stay tuned to the page and log back in. But you can always catch the whole episode later if it does conk out. Sometimes the apps crash, phones and shit. So I live in South Florida and we literally have billboards down here. We literally, case in point, just Facebook is acting up. So literally a billboard. Let me just get this reset up, continued. Yeah, it sucks. Let's get this set up. Cunt. Okay, so there's too swole, right? I know. Every time it crashes, that's weird. The app never crashes. Then twice in 2 days. I think it did this yesterday too. It's too swole for Papa Swole. Technology can't handle it. It can't handle the gains. I got to talk to Zucks about this. I got to talk to Zuckerberg and make sure the podcast is too swole. So actually, you know what's best? Probably right now, at least for today, those of you that are watching live on Facebook, if you're watching on Facebook, just in case, you can go over to Instagram and catch me live. You can catch me live on Instagram. I mean, if you're uncertain, if this crashes again on Facebook, if it crashes twice, we're just going to do it on Instagram. So I won't come back if it crashes again. But anyway, so there are billboards down here in South Florida that have just plastic surgery. It's just blatant, look sexier. Your husband will love you more. Like pretty much it'll say that. It'll say, be attractive like you were before your last child. Like I swear, there's no shame in these billboards. There's no shame in these billboards. And not to mention, the one I posted on Instagram, it was like, eat chocolate, lose weight, don't work out. It was for some product that sells as like some chocolate flavored. Who the fuck knows? I was making a turn, so I couldn't look at it too closely. But it was literally eat chocolate, don't work out, eat chocolate, lose weight. Like, what the fuck? Like these billboards, literally, people spent thousands and thousands. This was right off the turnpike in Florida. This was right off a major exit. So it gets lots of traffic. So this billboard, it's right, and there's like a 3 or 4-way stop right when you get off the turnpike. So it's like this billboard everyone can see. So in terms of billboard viewability, this thing, who knows how much they were charging for this billboard. Let's just assume 10, 15, or 20 grand a month. Easy, right? It's billboard, it's land space. No one's really looking at the billboards anymore. Like no one's really looking at it, only when you're driving and turning. But if you're stopped at a light, do you look at the billboards? You just take out your phone and you start, checking out Papa Soleil's latest post, or you text someone, right? You check your phone. But it's literally said, eat chocolate, lose weight. So there's that superficial mentality down here. And I see that a lot more. You're not going to see that necessarily like in North Carolina or North Dakota, but you're going to see it down here, especially when everyone's half naked all the time. Right now, it's like 75 degrees and it's hot. Like it's fucking hot outside, coming up from like a cold night, cold relative to Florida. But when it gets into the 60s, I know everyone's laughing when I post the temperature on my Instagram story, but it's fucking cold. When you're down here in Florida all the time, 50 degrees, 60 degrees is freezing. You would be cold down here too if you came down. It's just the way it feels, like the wet cold. It's fucking cold. So it's very superficial. So everyone is looking for lipo. There's that smart lipo, there's laser, there's all these different things that can spot reduce. But there's a lot of issues with that. You can spot reduce in one spot. Like let's say you get rid of the fat around your arms or you suck it out of the stomach area. But then fat can potentially come back in other areas. Like there's a lot of horror stories. Have you watched those things? If you watch those things, I think it's probably on TLC or one of those channels on TV. I've seen Botched or something it's called. There's a lot of bad turnouts from plastic surgery. But that's the only way you can spot reduce. But it doesn't solve the fucking problem. You're still a fat ass. You're still someone that has bad habits. You're still someone that has bad lifestyle habits. You still eat shitty food. You still have the cravings. You still have all the bad food in your fridge. You just went to the doctor and get it sucked out. It doesn't change anything. You're going to fucking put it right back. And if you suck out the cells in your arms and then you're eating more fat, where's your body going to put it? It's going to go over here. It's going to go over there. Because I think what they do is they destroy the fat cell so it doesn't come back. But your body will find somewhere else to put it. Or if it does try to go back to that area, it's going to look really fucking weird because of whatever they did. And I know some doctors are better than others. And some of you might have had, I don't know, is there any stories that you want to share? Anyone that's watching that had some kind of lipo and this, that, the other? I mean, that might be one of those things to discuss. And I can rage on that stuff. I can rage on that all day. I can rage on those of you that have like the lap bands that get the surgery to shrink your stomach and shit like that. I know there's certain medical reasons for plastic surgery, for, that kind of bariatric, I believe it is called, surgery, with the stomach stapling and the band. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, come on. Really? A lot of people that do this kind of shit are so fucking lazy. You really need to have surgery to get fat removed. You really need to have your body actually, like your stomach, shrunk and like stapled or sealed shut. Like, come on, close your fucking mouth. In a lot of cases, there's always those medical special situations that someone's going to come in like, I don't care about you. That's fine. I like this is not an insulting thing. It's just we have to come at it from the right way. We have to come at it from the lifestyle approach. We have to come at fitness from it not being an activity that we enjoy. Like, oh, I like to go to the movies. Oh, I like to go to the gym. I like to eat healthy. Oh, I don't like to eat healthy. YOLO, you only live once. Yeah, you only live once. And do you want that one time to be on medication? You're going to fucking die. Well, you only live once. So we're all going to die from something. So yeah, we're all going to die from something. You're going to die a lot more miserable, a lot more immobile, and a lot more unhealthy than I'm going to die. Potentially. Of course, I can get hit by a bus tomorrow. And so could you, but still, it's no excuse to just live your life recklessly. You don't want to end it prematurely. Why would you? It doesn't mean you can't have, like, we're attaching food, right? We're attaching food so much. We're attaching food so much from the entertainment value of food. We're associating food so much with entertainment always throughout human history that we almost don't know how to have fun without celebrating with food because it's instant gratification. You put that on your taste buds, right? You put like the certain, the pizza, or you put the ice cream, whatever. It hits your tongue, sugar, boom, all the sensors go off right away. Just boom, like five alarm. So we just associate it all with entertainment. And that's the problem, that food is not entertainment. Food is function. Food is survival. But it's just become so easy for us to access. We use it as entertainment because it's instant gratification. And that's the problem, that the things that are the best for you, like with exercise and fitness, are not instant gratification. They take years. They take just endless amounts of effort and hard fucking work. So you can't spot reduce body fat. We already covered that. You cannot be a plastic surgeon. Personal trainers are not plastic surgeons. There's no best exercise to shred the stomach. There's no best exercise to lose fat around the arms. You could build muscle in the arms. You can develop your abdominal muscles. You can work your glutes. You need to do everything. And you need to get your nutrition in order, and you have to be prepared to work your entire life at it and get some results. And maybe, possibly, you have some things that are irreversible. There's some things that maybe your body is already damaged with or genetically can't get rid of at this point because who knows, maybe your genetic makeup, you have that fat, you gain that fat, and just the way you damage something, or the way your body is designed, you just can't get rid of it. Everyone's different. There's 7+ billion people in the world. I don't pretend to know everything about epigenetics or the way everything's designed in the body, like not even close. No one does. Even scientists that fucking study it all the time are still like, I don't know, we're going to try to figure this out. Can you imagine? Right? Can you imagine just being in that field and still kind of like, I don't know. Like we really, really think we know more about the body than we really do. Like we're learning shit all the fucking time. There's a reason why we haven't figured all this stuff out yet, because we don't know, which is okay. It's okay not to know. Just don't assume that there are all these answers out there. Human beings as a race are still figuring out a lot of shit. A lot of shit is in trials. A lot of shit is black ops and these massive, mega corporations that are doing stuff in the basement that you won't hear about. It won't be mainstream for 20 or 30 years, but they're already doing cloning. They're already doing all this, mapping to put consciousness on like an artificial intelligence. They're trying to preserve life forever. They're already doing this stuff. There are companies that are building and working for singularity and all these different things. But, whether it comes to fruition, it's going to take decades. But it's crazy times. Bottom line, you cannot reduce body fat by doing an exercise for that area. Done. Let's take some questions. Let me restart the camera. Let's take some questions. Let me look through. So drop some. I see a couple question marks. Carlos M. De Oro. Big Carlos. When you eat better, you feel better, better quality of life. Yes, better quality of life, indeed. Meigs. Live a healthy lifestyle, and it takes care of a lot of those issues. Absolutely, on Instagram. One more on Instagram. Wozniak. Check out Obese to Beast. He went from crazy fat to fit. He did? Wow. Should we be giving out like medals for people that are really overweight, that are fit? Should we do that? Do you think that's a whole philosophical question? And I know. I always say the things that no one wants to say. It's like, what do you mean? You made these great, but like, he was fat to begin with. Like, should we be rewarding people for having these transformations? I mean, I still think it's amazing. We've had members of our community that have lost tons of weight, and it's great. Like, I'm happy. It's not a bad thing at all. Let me just start off with that. But should we really be like rewarding people for trashing their bodies for a long time, and then they finally got their shit together and lost all this weight? It's like, good, you're doing what you should be doing. Yeah, you lost a lot of weight. You ate like shit and did the wrong things for your whole life, and you knew it and you didn't care, and now you did it. And okay, I'm just saying you can go both ways. It's interesting. It's interesting how we love this underdog hero story, but at the same time, it could be like, you kind of like, what's the difference between someone who lost like 200, 300 pounds, transformed their body, and someone like me who's been fucking grinding for like 20 years in the gym, played sports. Like I put in a lot of work, even when it was entertainment, when you're younger, playing baseball and running around and basketball and all these activities. that's still work, right? I'm still working out. I'm still putting in the work essentially when I'm a kid. And I kept on I kept on working out. I've always been active. I never really ate that much crap. I've always been physically active. I never sat in front of a computer all the time and just let it all waste away. Like I was boom, 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 boom. So my entire life I've been active. Whereas other people have their entire lives been inactive. So now they've been inactive. They've been just like hammering their body and they're going to make a big change and lose all this weight. And then it's like, whoa. It's like, well, what about me? What about Papa Swole that's been fucking doing it for, I'm being a dick. I'm just being devil's advocate a little bit. But it does bring up a good point. We reward the things that people should be doing. It's like getting, in many ways, right? And let me know, I'm not being harsh. Like I want everyone to be in shape. You know, you fucking know that. That's why I can say these things because you know what I really feel. But it's just interesting. So it's like giving out a last place medal or last place trophy. Oh, you participated. Participation trophies. You were here. You showed up. You paid the registration fee. You get a trophy. You get a medal, little Bobby. Like there's no participation trophy for life. You're alive. Okay, either be successful and work your ass off or be here and die. It's, why should we be giving out medals and awards for things that people should be doing? You should be taking care of yourself. You should be eating healthy. You should be exercising. Fucking congratulations. Congratulations. You're doing what you should be doing as a human to live healthy. We put that on a pedestal, I think, too much. Too much. We put the things that we should be doing on a pedestal too much. Doesn't make it any less impressive. It's still impressive. And let me just follow up with that. It's still impressive. If you lose a couple 100 pounds, it's like, fucking shit. Like it's not easy to change your life. But I want to make this an interesting point here. What do you think is harder? Now look at me, right? Look at me. I mean, you know me. I'm not talking about my body, like, what you think. You know what I stand for, how important fitness is to me. Which do you think is harder for someone who's extremely overweight, like whatever, I don't even know who that person is that you mentioned, the beast or whatever. Someone who's extremely overweight to lose all that, change everything and wow, or me, let it all go and gain like 200 or 300 pounds. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think is really more like, oh my God, like losing all that weight and doing what you should be doing, or me letting it go? I think that's harder. I just don't know which one's easier, which one's less like mind blowing. I'm not going to let that go. I'm not going to let myself just fucking waste away. It's just an interesting way to think about it. Because that would be work for me. I would have to actively ignore what I know to be healthy. I would have to actively not go and do something that I enjoy. I would have to it's like me going to the gym and being healthy and being fit is the same as someone who loves to sit on the couch and watch Netflix all day and just eat garbage. It's the same kind of addiction. You just have to change the wheels and change the direction. Again, I'm not saying it's easier. It's not impressive to change your entire lifestyle like that. It's very hard. The body doesn't want to change. Remember the post I made the other day? Your body wants to be fat. That's why it's hard to lose weight. Your body wants to keep this extra weight on. But my body also does not want extra fat on. I guess it does want extra fat. But my body is so used to metabolizing a certain way and lifting and repairing. Like my body is used to this. My body... Well, that's what I'm saying, Daniel. Daniel Tynes on Facebook. And Daniel, you've been part of this community for fucking like a year or more. I couldn't go back, no way. And how much, what did you lose, Daniel? I forget your individual story, like the details. What did you lose? Because I know you made a huge change. And a lot of people in this community. So if you lost a lot of weight, drop in the comments from being a part, like specifically, even in general, but specifically as a part of like one of my programs, Swolenormous X, or just after you start listening to the show, watching the podcast, you change things. Like what's going on? What's the deal with that? But I don't know. It's just an interesting way to think about it if you reverse it. Like, what would I do? Like, which would be just more mind blowing? I think it would be me letting it all fucking go because of everything I preach. It would make me a complete hypocrite. It would make me not practicing what I preach. And Everyone's welcome in this community. I don't care if you're 600 pounds or 75 pounds. Everyone's welcome to better themselves. It's the mindset. And I said this in posts before, obesity and being fat and overweight is a mindset. It's not physical. It's not physical. We associate with physical, but it's the mindset. If you're actively working and you're trying and you're fucking do it. I don't hate fat people. I don't hate you because you're overweight. I'm going to call you out on it because I know deep down, like, it's just not healthy. We know that these things are increasing risk for heart disease and diabetes and all these issues and metabolic problems. We know this. We know this. So I want you to be healthy. So I will slap you upside the face because here's the thing. If I slap you in the face and call you fat, two things can happen. One, you get upset and you stay the same way, which you were anyway. Or holy shit, it wakes you up and you realize, you know what, I'm sick and tired of this, and then you fucking make a change. So either nothing happens or I slap you upside the head and something happens. So I'll slap you upside the fucking head all day long. It's just, there's no loss for me. It hurts your feelings. Oh, well, that's not my fault. That's your own self-esteem. That's your own issues. That's your own views on yourself. That's just ingrained. But I'm slapping people for the small percentage that slap goes through and it makes a connection, then boom, and you make a difference. I don't give a shit. I'll slap 100 people if I can help 3. It's worth it. It's worth it. Can't help everyone, and I know that. So I'm not talking to the people. If you're getting offended, this message isn't for you. You're not ready. You're not ready. Maybe you will be. Maybe you will be. Maybe you'll come across a video or an ad of mine in the future and you'll be like, oh shit, well now it's the time. Okay, then maybe you're ready then. But if you're taking it personally and you're internalizing it and, oh, he's mean. Papa Swole is mean, this fucking bearded asshole. It's not for you. You're not ready yet. You're not ready for, was it the blue pill or the red pill? You're not ready, Neo. You're not ready to learn about the Matrix. Lawrence Fishburne. Which pill was it? Was it the blue pill or the red pill? I think it was I forget which pill it was. Fuck. I would have taken them both. I'd been like, well, let me just keep this one just in case. Jay Mulhorn, fuck them. If offended, grow up. I agree. People get offended on everything. Fucking Trump gets offended. The Congress, news, everyone's meh. The funniest part about being offended, and I know a famous comedian has said this, a viral video on Facebook. It's a great skit. And it's literally like sticks and stones, right? When you're 3 years old. 4 years old, elementary school, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off to me and sticks to you, right? We're taught growing up that words don't mean anything. Words are not. Then now people are just getting fired left and right. People are losing their fucking jobs. People are getting insulted and suing for slander. And you can't say that. And you're a racist. We grow up being taught or being told that words don't mean anything. And then we get older and all we care about is what people say about us. All we care about is the words that come out of our fucking mouth. That's all we care about. I'm not saying some of these people that get fired are good people. I'm not talking about like the sexual molesters and all this thing, but like, you have a guy who has, let's say, a 30 or 40 year career of just fucking crushing it and then says like, one racial slur and then he loses his fucking job and everything and everyone fucking hates him. I mean, seriously. I know I don't think any kind of hate is attractive, but really, like someone's going to say like the N word or someone's going to say the F word, about gender, like one time, like in a private conversation, it surfaces and oh my God, and everyone, it's just amazing how people just love to just scapegoat. Humans have always been like that. Any kind of hate is ugly. It's ugly, but it's just funny. I think it's funny, like a dark humor, kind of weird. I know we're getting way off topic, but I don't care. This is a good episode. It's still good content to listen to. When you're in traffic in California and you're in traffic for 2 hours and you listen to this episode, it'll keep you entertained. Definitely a good one. Take the red pill. I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. There you go. We got a Matrix fan in there. That's how it is. You can't even call someone by their gender. I know, right? What do you even say anymore? You're a person. It's like you have to be careful. It's like when you call someone, you ask a woman, how many months, how far along are you? And she's just overweight. She's not pregnant. It's like that, but you have to be even more careful now. Like now you'll just get survival of the fittest, not survival of the fattest or more unhealthy. True. Artist in LA. If a hot person hits on you, it's fine. If an ugly person hits on you, it's sexual harassment. There's definitely a bias there. Let's check out some questions on Facebook. Wesley Rayduns. High school kids in the gym always ask me for advice going into college. My number one response is don't stop going to the gym. Bro, that's honestly great advice. I get a lot of messages from kids too, 17, 18, looking up to me and saying I've been a great inspiration. And I'm like, literally, I tell them, I was where you were. That's when I started 16, 17, 18, like crushing the gym and eating regular. Like if you're doing that now, you are going to be straight. Just don't give up and keep learning and just fucking crush it. Like build it then. Build it when you're 20, 21, 22, 23. Like build that base and then fucking not cruise control, but boom, then you're going to coast. You'll have that habit. That's important. Try being a cop. You have to watch everything you say. I got a lot of friends and a lot of people in the community that are in, of course, military, but, police service. And a good friend of mine is a sergeant out in the LAPD. And man, I mean, I respect the hell out of law enforcement. I just don't even know how you all are handling that now. Like you have to, like, you can't even do your job, really. That it's really gotten to that point where police can't even fucking do their job. What do you do? Like, what if you have to draw it's like now you have all these other layers of if I have to draw my weapon to protect myself, but it's like you can't, you have to like think extra hard. Like the more things, the more steps and the more safety and the more being worried about everything, the less efficiently you could do your job. I mean, of course, I don't know, with a body camera right on your chest. Yeah. I mean, I don't think the body camera is wrong because if you're doing, that's the thing. I don't think any cops are upset about the body camera. A good cop and someone that works hard and does and is authentic and does the right shit. I don't think anyone cares about the body camera. I don't think that's the issue. I think it's just every little the body camera. If you do your job well and you're doing right, the body camera just proves everything you say. So, but I mean, I think it's just the scrutiny. Like every decision is just micromanaged and I don't know. It's way blown out. I think we all agree that's way blown out of proportion. Doesn't mean that there are always bad people and things that are done the wrong way. It doesn't mean that everyone is like happy about, everyone has regrets, but, I don't know. That, I mean, it comes down to a lot of opinions. I'm just glad that police exist. I'm glad that people want to be out there fucking protecting everyone else that's being a fucking lunatic. Like right now, I'm being a fucking lunatic online doing a podcast. Like right now, I'm being a fucking lunatic. And there are people right now on duty that are protecting, and making sure that people aren't breaking into like my house and trying to fucking rob me of my podcast equipment. So, like really, what are we complaining about? Anyway, so I don't think this episode could go too much further off topic, but it is. So it's fine. If you already got your content, you enjoyed it, you're fine. I just think this discussion, the vibes right now are on point. So we're going to run it because it's my show and I like the long episodes. So if you're done and you got your info, I'm just gonna go through some more questions. So you never know what questions are gonna pop up. That's what's cool if you're listening or if you're watching the full episode. You never know what you're actually gonna get. There's always some cool questions. Bombay Castro, I'm just trying to get gains. Yeah. Derek Peterson, I had bariatric surgery and I'm not ashamed of it. Nor should you be. And I wasn't saying that for anyone to be ashamed. I don't think you should be ashamed. I don't think anyone that does it. If you're making the decision to do it, you shouldn't be ashamed. And you shouldn't absolutely take anything that I say personally because you made the decision, which means it's right by you, which makes it right. That's it. End of conversation. If it's right by you, you're authentic to yourself, it's the right decision. It doesn't matter what anyone says. If you're not sure you made your decision based on what other people recommended and you weren't happy with it, but you did it anyway to satisfy a husband, a wife, or a doctor, and you didn't want it, and you did it, then then what I say might be insulting because you're just angry at yourself for making a decision that you didn't want to do or you regret it. But if you do it for the right reasons, then no one can say anything. Apple cider vinegar, yes, no. Bro, what kind of, like, are you putting it up your asshole? Like, that would be a no, I assume, unless there's some kind of like natural remedy. Like apple cider vinegar, yes, no. For what? Like how much? Like what do you? There's no context. It's like Earth, yes or no. Um, I'm gonna go yes with Earth. Mars, yes or no. Like what context? Like, do I want to live there? Not really. Do you see like the latest news about how they're gonna try to turn poop into food by like turning into some kind of like bacterial goo that can be nutritious? So they can just eat their own poop and like, yeah, everyone's like, not so sure about the whole Mars thing anymore. Not sure I want to go to Mars if I'm going to be eating shit, like literally. Let's do some more. Daniel Alder, no need for a surgery. I started doing low carbs, high fat for some time ago, feel a lot better and started to see some positive changes in my body. Good for you, bro. Love it. Kim Kardashian's diet was on the news. She drinks it. I guess you get big ass. Oh, so now Kim Kardashian drinks it. So now Bragg's apple cider vinegar stock is going to go through the fucking roof now. Yeah, people have been drinking and using that shit. Apple cider vinegar. We're talking about the real full Bragg's organic apple cider vinegar. It's great. You can take a shot. You can put on your salad. You can clean with it. You can use it as a face toner. There are books out there and little manuals. There are like thousands of uses for natural, for apple cider vinegar. Fuck Kim Kardashian. Her mom's the orchestrator of everything. She's a genius. Everyone else is like just fucking pawns. Now they're all smart. They just know how to manipulate the news. It's actually, I mean, I look at them and I admire them from like a macro standpoint. Like I don't care about what they do, but just the marketing and the social media domination is just extremely impressive. Do you think there are specific exercises to lose specific fat? You not training hard enough to see results. I think we just literally talked about that. That was like the title of the episode, Matt. Specific exercise to lose specific fat. I don't know what that means. You mean specific location or that exercise that will burn more fat? I do not think that any exercise will burn fat or chomp up fat more in any way. What? All right, here we go. I'll never be fat again. Your info has opened my eyes to a better life. Thanks, Mike. Mike Stuttle on Facebook. Reps. Lonnie Miller. I lost about 50 pounds or so. Been around since the mid 200s of the Daily Swole. I love the time frame. I love how everyone, and I do this myself. I don't know what day of the week it is. I barely know what year it is. Only because we had like the recent rage from like New Year's resolutions and shit. That I gauge my time and like the passage of time by what episode it is. Like, man, we haven't done this since episode 400. When's the last time I went to when's the last time I went to the store? I think it was like 629. But yeah, 200. That's a long time. Where'd everyone start watching the show? Brenda Trumbull. I used to work out 5 days a week, CrossFit, anything active, ate healthy, fucked up my labrum. Hip got all messed up 1.5 years ago, gained 40 pounds, had a hip replacement 2 weeks ago. I am ready to get my body back, but everything has to change. It's awful not being able to be active. I'm craving the gym. Well, Brenda, I would love for you to message me, dear, because my programs and my weekly yoga class and everything are really based around stabilization and recovery and mobility, building up to strength. So it's really ideal for someone like yourself. So if you're interested, you can look up more of my information, swolenormousx.com, or send me a personal message because I can definitely help you get back into it. I wonder if Instagram might cut out in a little bit. Just so you all know, Instagram might punch out because I think there's an hour limit. It cut me off last time. So we'll start wrapping this up a little bit. But if you get cut off on IG, just hop on over to Facebook for the continuation because I won't be turning it back on. Let's see. Matt Lediel. I'm just going to keep pronouncing your name that way. Since listening to you, I make time to be mobile every day. Way not to make it to the gym every day, but I make something happen. Good. Consistency is everything. Good for you, bro. Trevor King dropped 16 pounds since discovering these videos, using your advice and applying it. But I also know I'm making gains, so my scale doesn't matter anymore. The scale is a tool. It's a tool, but it's not the only tool that you can use or you should be using. All exercise will burn some fat. I'm burning fat right now. If you're sitting here doing nothing right now, you're burning fat. Like right now, I'm burning fat. I'm not burning, and maybe tomorrow. Well, I don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a special episode. You all see. I'm not even gonna tell you. You'll see what's gonna go down tomorrow. But right now, I'm burning fat. pretty much all the calories I'm burning right now is from fat. However, because I'm not being active, I'm sitting here, the amount of calories I'm burning is very small. So that'll be a whole other episode. I want to talk about energy systems. I want to talk a little bit about metabolism. W20489, got my boyfriend listening to your podcast. You've totally changed his perspective on nutrition. Thanks again. Nice. Fireman Dan. Well, I got to leave a cliffhanger. So actually tomorrow's going to be a special episode. It's going to be fucking cool. I'm really going to try. Here's the thing, fam. I'll tell you this now, those of you that are watching, because obviously you're the diehards, you're watching this entire episode. Tomorrow, I will do my best to do a double live. I'll do my best to be on both platforms, but just make sure I'm not sure if I'm going to do primarily Instagram or Facebook, if I can only choose one. Probably Facebook, but just make sure you're following me on both. And I'll post in my story. If I can only do one, I'll make sure that you all know where I'm going. So I'll probably be defaulting to Facebook if I can't do it on Instagram. But you'll see my stories and stuff, and I'll keep you up to date. But make sure you're following me on both Facebook and Instagram. That way you catch the live tomorrow. If I cannot do 2 live broadcasts, special event, and I hope it goes down. I hope I actually I follow through with it. So it'll be cool. So tomorrow is going to be awesome, and I'm going to talk real evolution. We're going to talk real just logic, and we're going to look and think about how we are as human beings. You know, we're going to get a little bit deeper into some philosophy and just some good conversations. So make sure you follow me on both platforms so you know exactly what's up. Just started watching. You are now my nighttime binge watch. Got a lot to catch up on. Hell yeah. I started Genevieve. Hey, what's up, G? I started watching episode 342. I started at 533. Look at all these coming in. We got some noobs. Even 533 noobs. It's like 100. It's 3 months ago. Seems like it's close, but it's a long time. Aldana, I have been to the gym in the morning, but when I'm listening to you, I think I'll go again tonight. You went to the gym already. I would love an all behind the science episode, discuss the biology and physiology. Yeah, I mean, we're always doing that. I'm not going to sit here and read from a textbook, but we'll go over certain concepts. Maybe what I'll do is we'll do some episodes. Maybe I'll bust out like one of these like personal training books that I have lying around from the olden days, and we'll isolate some certain topics and stuff like that. But there'll be a lot more. So tomorrow's going to be a great episode. Make sure you tune in, and remember, follow me on both. It's an exercise ball. If everyone's wondering like why I'm a big boy. Make sure you follow me on both Instagram and Facebook if you're not, and turn on notifications. So on Instagram, remember the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, just click it and then click where it says turn on post notifications. And on Facebook, adjust your settings on my fan page at Swolenormous to prioritize the notifications. That way you will get notified when I post something and when I go live. So tomorrow, going to be going live. And like I said, make sure you follow me on both in case I cannot do a double broadcast, because obviously I need 2 connections. I just want to make sure that it is on point and that everyone shows up when I'm live. I like the ibuprofen episode. What do you recommend for pain? It's a tough one. And that doesn't mean that ibuprofen is just the devil always. I just want to put out that disclaimer because I'm not the most learned person on all painkillers, but things like turmeric and ice and compression and the standard methods, it just depends on what people take this shit. Like people took ibuprofen like water, like just Tic Tacs all the time. They work out, they take ibuprofen. Oh, my back hurts, ibuprofen, like literally popping it all the time. It just shows that when you're regularly taking X amount, it does affect serous testosterone. It does affect that. So whether it's once in a while, it does fucking damage the gut and your gut bacteria. So, but that's up to you. You can look up more on that, but it definitely does, even a couple of them, affect the your intestinal, your gut biome. But that study was specifically when you take it regularly for X amount, it can damage your testosterone. So that was definitely a good episode. But yeah, there'll be more stuff like that for sure as I come across stuff and as needed and as in the flow of the show. So thanks everyone for joining for episode 636 of the Daily Sleaze. Remember, tomorrow's episode is going to be awesome. Follow me on both IG and Facebook for the latest. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose. Papa Swolio. Out.